There's one more thing we need to do before we leave Dusseldorf, and that's go see a castle. And what better castle to see than a pink castle? This is Schloss Benrath, or Benrath Castle, and we are going to go check it out now. Benrath Palace is one of the best preserved examples of late Baroque palaces in Central Europe. This Benrath Palace came recommended to us by a local, and I was happy to check it out when I saw that it was an opulent palace with a pink exterior. The palace was built in 1755 for Karl Theodor of Bavaria. The gardens are quite vast, covering approximately 150 acres. During the 19th century, Schloss Benrath was used as a school and later government offices. But in the 20th century, the city of Dusseldorf took ownership and restored it to its original splendor as a pleasure palace. Today, Schloss Benrath is a museum complex and houses 3 different museums: the Museum of European Garden Art, the Natural History Museum, and a museum which showcases the original palace interiors. This castle looks like a confection or a cake. And speaking of cakes, apparently it's a very popular wedding location, or at least a place for bridal photos, because I've seen 2 bride and groom couples here getting their photos taken. And in very German style, you have to put on house shoes to walk around this house. Except these house shoes are overshoes that you put over your regular shoes. So this palace was built for a government official called an elector, and the client that the architect worked with was actually his wife. And pink is apparently the color of power. But this was kind of a summer palace, a place where they were supposed to come and relax, and therefore it was decorated in playful motif, like a lot of cherubs and musical instruments and things. So over the doors, these represent the 4 seasons. This is autumn, where the cherubs have drunk too much wine and are rather tipsy. And this is winter, where the cherubs are wrapping a blanket around themselves and warming themselves by the fire. Here the cherubs are harvesting the wheat, so I think this is summer. And then over here, the cherubs are playing in the spring with the flowers. I'm sure it does protect the marble floors, but it's a little awkward walking in these felt house shoes over your regular shoes. This is a portrait of the architect of the castle, Nicolas Pijage. This portrait is of the elector for whom the castle was built, Karl Theodor, and his wife, Elizabeth Augustus. Here is a very regal wall clock designed for Elizabeth Augustus. Has more cherubs, her initials EA here at the bottom, and the very regal looking electoral hat at the top. They even have cherubs in the ceiling holding the light up. And this is Elizabeth's bedroom. This is probably the most cherubs I've ever seen in a house. Very pink, satiny wall coverings. This is the electress's garden room, and it is just a magnificent great room that has doors that open out to the garden. The mural on the ceiling is stunning. And then we have more cherubs and a beautiful fireplace. This is the domed hall, and it is an astonishing room. Look at this dome on the ceiling. And in the middle, guess what? More cherubs. They're like at an opening to heaven. The room is absolutely covered with cherubs. Big cherub statues all around this circular room. And then above every fireplace or mirror or doorway. Oh, look at this. There's a wall clock over the doorway and a cherub holding an hourglass. Over the mirror, cherubs holding an image of Elizabeth Augustus. The architect of the castle was Nicolas Pigage. A little brass band full of people playing horns just started playing outside in the garden, so I had to film a little bit of that. This is the Elector's garden room, which is a mirror image of the Electress's garden room mostly, except it has more masculine details like the mural of Zeus on the ceiling and other masculine images of men hunting and whatnot, but still doors leading out into the huge garden. This room is the Elector's bedroom, and look at that. It's green. It's not pink. Even though it does still have some cherubs, it has a beautiful green color in its fabric wall coverings and paint. Queen Elizabeth came to visit the palace in 1965. So the gardens here at Benrath were patterned after places like Stourhead in England. They wanted to do an English-style garden with landscapes you could wander through and architectural buildings and follies, and of course lakes. So that was the style that they copied here at Schloss Benrath. I love the colorful borders on this part of the garden. This is the fountain part of the garden. These gardens are truly massive. This is one of the biggest reflecting ponds or lakes I've seen. I hope you enjoyed this little exploration of Schloss Benrath with us. Please check out one of these other videos of our European adventures. Thanks so much for watching this video, and do something good in the world today.